Okay, in this lesson today I want to show you two really neat ideas. The first ones are called movies inside of movies. The second idea is called buttons and action scripting. They're very powerful and neat things, but they are tricky, so that's why I made a movie to show you how to do them. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually widen this a little bit, and we're going to make a car, and we're going to have the tires spin around. So I'm going to draw an oval. Alright, and this is going to be one of my tires, and I'm going to use this so you can actually see the wheels spin. So I'll use a black color and I'll just draw some lines in it. Okay, now here's the important stuff now. After you draw whatever shape you want to use, you're going to make it a movie clip as we always do, and you go up here and you say convert to symbol and you make it a movie clip. Now this one I'm just going to call tire. Right, now here's the key trick. You got to make it a movie clip again. And the reason is we are going to go into the underground of this movie clip in a second. Watch, I'm going to go there right now. And when you go into the underground, it's not a movie clip anymore. It's a kind of a shape. That's no good. So I'm going to go back up here. So you always have to do the movie clip twice to do this technique. So I'm going to make it a movie clip again. I'm going to go to modify, convert to symbol, and this one I'm going to call it rotating tire. You'll see why in a second. And now I press OK again. Now I'm going to double click and go into the underground. How do you know you're in the underground? Well, you always look at these things here. Alright, just look over here and see how it says rotating tire and scene 1. Well, now you're underneath scene 1 and then you're in the rotating tire world. Now what are you going to do in the rotating tire world? Don't move that tire. Leave it there. You're going to go to around 20. You're going to press F6. Then you're going to go in between. You're going to right click and you're going to create classic tween. Now that does absolutely nothing to the tire. So to make it look cool, what you have to do now is go over here to the right hand side where it says rotate, change it to clockwise. Let's see what that does. So it's sort of spinning. It's going to go left to right. Beautiful. Now we can go back upstairs. I'm going to press Control Enter and there's our rotating tire. Now the whole point of that was to do that and also to be able now to use the library. If you press F11, hey, there's the library. Now there's two tires in the library. There's regular tire and rotating tire. I want rotating tire. Now you can drag it right from the word or you can drag it up here. I'm going to drag it from the word and put it right there. Let's press Control Enter again. Hey, two rotating tires. Here's the cool last part. Now we've got our tires, and these are going to be the inside part of our car. So what you do to draw a car, and don't laugh at this, we'll just do something really quick. There's my car, okay? But that car is made up of two tires and the shape. It has to become all one gigantic thing. So you press this arrow over here, you make a big box around the whole thing, and like we've done and we keep doing, you convert to symbol, and this is what we're going to call the car. Alright, so now it's one big chunk. See how it's all stuck together? I'm going to move it slightly to the left. I'm going to go to about 30. I'm going to press F6. I'm going to slide the car over to the right. Then I'm going to go in between. I'm going to right click and do classic tween, and it's showtime. And there is the car going across the stage. So that's our first idea today. That's called a movie inside a movie, and the major trick is that when you do those little inside parts, whatever you want to make animated, rotated, whatever, you have to make it a movie clip twice. Next idea is buttons. And what a button is basically a way for you to press something and maybe have it do something. Now at the beginning we're going to do really simple buttons like this. When you go over them, it's called mouse over. When you press down, it's mouse down, and when you let go, it disappears. Okay, here's another example. This one is with words. Okay, buttons can be anything you want. When you go over it, oh, it goes bigger and then it goes back to small. That's cool. All right, here's the coolest one. Now this one is too hard for us to do, but it's just to show you how cool buttons can get. Here is a button that's kind of asleep right now. So my mouse finger is up. So I'm not pressing anything. Now I'm going to go over it. All right, now it's called button over. Now I'm going to press down on the button and it does that. Isn't that cool? All right, so buttons are neat, and we are going to learn how to make them and then give them some intelligence, which is called action scripting. Okay, so let's start off, and we're going to go to New. You always pick Action Script 2, and you press OK, and it makes a blank screen. So let's draw something really simple to start off. We're going to do a rectangle, and it's going to become our button. Okay? So what you do first is you grab the whole thing, just like when we do that movie clip stuff, but this time when we go to modify, convert to symbol, we're going to choose button. That's different, right? We always pick movie clip before, and you can give this a name if you want. I'm not going to. I'm just going to press OK. Now, just like we did with the last example, we're going to have to go into the underground to do any serious damage. Like right now, when we press this, Control Enter, it turns into a finger. That's a good sign, so that it knows it's a button, but it doesn't do anything. Okay? So to make it do something, we have to go into the underground. I'm going to double click. I am now in the underground. Look up here. I see how it says Scene 1 and then Symbol 1. Now in the underground, you'll notice there's these new things up here. And I'm going to go over to Over, and I'm going to press F6. Now what the computer wants you to do when you're on this over is, what do you want to do? You want to maybe change the color of it? Sure. Let's click on it and let's change the color to something else. That'd be kind of cool. Okay? Actually, let's go back to the main scene and see what that does. So when I'm not over it, it's black. When I go over it, it turns red. Alright, so that's a pretty simple feature. Alright, let's go back into the underground. We're still on over. You can write words too, like, hey, you're over me, or something like that. So you can type here, or I'm just going to type in hello. Alright, how about that? So that when it's over, it's going to say hello. Let's go back to the top, and we'll preview that. So when I'm not on it, it's black. When I'm on it, it's red and it says hello. Let's do one more. Let's go back into the underground. There's this down thing. Now I'm going to press F6 on the down. Now it's going to copy everything I had before. Now I don't want it to say hello anymore, so I'm going to delete that. Red's okay, but watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to make the red shift down and over a bit to sort of simulate you depressing something. Now what I'm going to do, I clicked on that red thing, and now I'm going to press the arrow keys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I went down 10 and over 10. Let's see what kind of weird effect that does. So I'm going to press Control Enter, and it's red and hello when I'm on it, and then I'm going to press down on the mouse and see how it sort of shifts down. Okay? So that's the simple mechanics of using a button. Now these buttons are stupid though. They don't do anything. So now this is the trickiest part actually of the Flash course. It's the computer component, right? It's computer programming. It's a little bit like making web pages. You got to go in, type in some code. So here's what you do. In this first simple example, what I'm going to get the computer to do is when I press down, it's going to go to somewhere on the internet, which is kind of a nice simple introduction to coding. Now here's what happens when you code. You have to like right click on it, and then you go to this word called Actions. And when you press Actions, a screen like this should appear. Okay? And it's got commands on the left. You're going to type in the right, and then it's going to remember what you typed in. So, there's all kinds of stuff here. I'm going to press Global Functions. That's where you're going to spend most of your time. And then Movie Clip Controls. What's in there? Oh, there's this word on. And what happens when you do computer programming? You basically tell the computer, listen, when I do something to you, like click you, or go over you, or something like that, do something. So watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to double click on, and look at it wrote the word on over there. And now you can say on, press, release, roll over, roll out, all kinds of neat things. I'm usually going to press the one called release, which means I'm going to press down on you, and when I let go of the mouse, I want you to do something. Now keep an eye on these squiggly lines. I'm going to put my mouse there, I'm going to press enter, and then I'm going to press enter right there. And you notice I put the squiggly line there, a space, and another squiggly line. So this is where you type your code. Now if you're a really good programmer, you have all these commands memorized. But I don't even have them memorized, okay? But what's good about this program is that it has commands here for you. There's timeline controls. We're going to use some of these in a couple of minutes. Browser, that's what I want to do first. Browser and get URL. See, I just typed it in like that, and it wrote it for me, okay? And then what you do in quotes is you go somewhere on the internet, okay? So like I'm going to go http:// and then you make up a site. I'm going to go to Yahoo like I always do. Pretty easy to remember. You guys can pick your favorite site to go to. Okay? Now, then what you do is you close this off. So now this button has an intelligence. Watch what's going to happen. I'm going to go over it. Cool. Now watch what happens when I press down. I'm going to press down and let go. Now the instant I let go, it starts up the internet. Watch where it's going to go. Okay, it goes to Yahoo. All right, so basically that's how we do this thing called action scripting or computer programming. All right, it's kind of neat. All right, now let's stop the program again. And what if you had to go back in there because you made a mistake? All you would do is you'd right click, actions, and there's your stuff again. Now this new thing we learned called action scripting, you can put that code in about 3 places. You can put them on buttons, frames, you can actually put them right there, and movie clips. So I'm going to show you another example now that uses a couple of different ideas. Very quickly, I'm going to just draw an arrow, okay? And I'm going to make it a movie clip. All right, and I'm just going to call it arrow, and it's not button, it's a movie clip. Okay, and I'm going to start the arrow there. Then I'm going to go to about 20, and I'm going to press F6, and I'm going to draw the arrow going across the screen, and then I'll do that stuff like I usually do classic Tween. So when I play it right now, it's just going to go all the way across the screen. But what if I don't want it to go across the screen until I say so? Here's what you got to do. See at that very beginning little dot? I'm going to right click on that, and I'm going to go to actions. And I'm going to hand type this one. You could have gone to the side there. I'm going to type in the word stop. You've just made what we call a frame action. Let's try the program now. Now it's stuck. Hey, it's not starting. So how do I start it? Now you combine what I just taught you a few minutes ago with what I just taught you now. What you do now is I'm going to make another layer first of all, and this second layer I'm going to call it buttons. All right, and I'm going to put 2 buttons. How about I put like a green button and a red button? So I'm going to make a little rectangle down here. That's going to be my red button, and I'm going to change this color to green, and I'm going to make a green button. Now they're not really buttons yet. Okay, what you have to do next is you have to grab the whole thing, go to modify, convert to symbol, and call it, I'm going to call that one the go button. Make sure it's a button. Okay, I'm not going to make them fancy either, just going to get them to work. There's the red. I'm going to convert it to a symbol, and I'm going to call that one the stop button. Alright, so now those buttons are ready to use, but they have to have some intelligence. So what you do next is you go, for instance, the green one, and you press actions, and you do that stuff I taught you before. You go on, release, alright, and then you open up a little box there, and to make them go, you don't actually say go, you say play. Alright, so that's going to be the code for the green button. The red one, same thing, you right click, actions, on, release, and you put your mouse there, press enter, and put your mouse there and press enter, and this one, it actually is the word stop and semicolon. Okay, now it's ready to try out. So like I said, now we've got 2 things in here. We've got a frame action, which is making the computer stop and not go until I say so. Now I'm going to press the green, there it goes. No, there it goes. There it goes. I'm going to stop it halfway and then start it again. Alright, so each button tells the computer something. And that's how you start making more powerful programs. If you get really good at this stuff, you can make flash games. There's all kinds of neat things you can do. But you have to understand this new idea that I'm teaching you over the next little while called action scripting.